Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Valley Voice. I'm your host, Sam Applebaum, and along with me is Mark Gronowski. How are you doing today, Mark?
Doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, football season sadly come to an end, but that means bigger and better for the future for you at least. So, committed to South Dakota State. How has that been a journey for you?
It's been awesome. I've been communicating with the South Dakota State coaches. I've been on an official visit already. I just love it up there. All the coaches are so nice and genuine, and all the players up there are so great. They have this great football program up there, and the school's a great school too, and I just love it up there.
So, did you have any other offers other than South Dakota State?
I had some offers from a few other D1 schools and a couple other D2 schools, but they didn't compare to South Dakota State because just the coaches are so awesome, and the football program there is just phenomenal.
So, I know you're a multi-sport athlete. So what about baseball or basketball? Why choose football?
I don't know. There's something special about football. Just playing under the lights on Friday nights, or even just on Saturdays for college at least. But just the brotherhood in football, and just the grind that you have to put in all year long and all summer, and just during the season. I mean, you only get 9 games, so you really have to put in like everything you can to each and every game. Because it's not like basketball, you get 30 games. Baseball, you get 30 games. Football, you only get 9 games a season. So I feel like it's just a lot more grind and just the brotherhood that you just take away from it.
So are you still going to be doing baseball and basketball?
Yes, I will be doing basketball and baseball. Basketball actually started last night, tryouts were yesterday, and then baseball starts in the spring. So.
Okay. And so, let's see, what was it like going through the recruitment process for South Dakota State?
The recruitment process was very interesting. I started talking to them actually before my junior year, and we've been just slowly building up a relationship to eventually then them offering me and then me committing there. But the recruiting process in general was just kind of just a struggle because not many like colleges were like that interested in me. I mean, they'd talk to me, but none of them would pull the trigger. But South Dakota State was the first one that would actually offered me and like decided that they want me. And that's why I felt like that place could be home to me because, I mean, they're a school that actually wants me, and other schools are just like, we'll see. But they're the school that actually was like, yes, we want you.
So any teammates you're going to miss when you go off?
There's a bunch of guys that I'm going to miss, especially on the offense. I mean, because that's the guys that I spend the most time with. But there's so many guys that I've been playing with since when I was younger, Pee-wee football and stuff. But I would probably say the number one guy I'm going to miss is Matt Apple, since I've been playing with him for the past, 9 years or something for football, and he's been one of my best friends, and he's always been protecting me on the line, and I'm just going to miss that kid the most.
So the competition in high school is going to be a lot different than college football. So how has playing against teams like Homewood, Flossmoor, and East St. Louis prepared you to go on for the next level?
Those teams have really helped me prepare just because the size and speed is much greater than other teams. And that's the biggest difference from high school to college is just the size and speed of all the other athletes. And I think just by playing in these bigger games and stuff, it's going to help prepare me to play in more bigger games when I get to the college level. And I'm going to have to work harder over this offseason and get bigger and stronger just so I can start competing better against these bigger and stronger athletes.
So with going to South Dakota State for football, do you plan on hopefully going to the NFL one day?
That's the number one dream. I've been dreaming of that ever since I was a kid. My number one dream when I was a kid was just playing college football, but always the dream after that is playing in the NFL, and if I can get to that goal, that's what I'm striving for.
So just a little bit of another question. So with playing college football, you got to pick a major. Any ideas?
I don't really know what I really want to major in yet. I'm kind of interested in multiple things right now. Engineering is one of the things I'm interested in just because I love numbers. Data analytics and just doing statistics and stuff is just again just because I love numbers, and then also accounting and finance possibly, but they don't have that at South Dakota State, so I just major in business economics.
And then last question for you. What's one part of your legacy you want to leave here at Neuqua?
Something that I want to leave at Neuqua is just being a kid that was just hardworking and just had a great work ethic, but someone that people can look up to and people that can ask for help if anything is needed, and just being a role model for others and being a person that can like lead a group of people.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome back to this week's edition of Valley Voice. I'm your host, Sam Applebaum. Today we'll be talking about Division I athletes and how the whole process works for them. And I'm alongside my second guest, Faith Johnson. Faith, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, Akron to play volleyball,
Yes.
what has the whole process been like?
So I actually started looking at colleges to play in volleyball in my junior year of high school, so last year. And Akron was one that really caught my eye. So we just started emailing back and forth, a couple of phone calls here and there. And then we would send them film of me playing. They would come to different like club tournaments to watch me play. And then eventually they did invite me on an official visit, which is when like the coaches take you through like the campus life and the athlete life and what they do to accommodate for that. So I went on that visit, and then they gave me a couple weeks to decide if I wanted to play at their school or not, because they did offer on the spot. So when I went home, I really just talked it out with my parents and discussed the pros and cons of that university, and I decided that I really did like it there. So after like a couple weeks, I just called them back and told them I accept their offer.
So, with Akron, is there a specific major you're trying to go into?
I do plan to major in biology because I want to go along the pre-med track and hopefully go into orthopedics when I'm older. So.
And then, also, did you have any other offers along with Akron?
I did not have any other offers, but I did go on several other visits. I went to Valparaiso University and also the University of North Dakota.
And do you play any other sports along with volleyball?
I don't anymore. When I first started volleyball in 7th grade, I tried to balance basketball with that, and it was really time consuming because I would go from volleyball practice and then change and rush over to go to basketball practice and then be doing homework until like midnight or whatever. So when I played in 8th grade, I was like, I have to pick one or the other before I go into high school because that's just going to be too hard to manage. So I decided to cut out basketball and then just continue solely just with volleyball from my freshman year on.
So then, were you playing any other sports before basketball and volleyball?
I did play soccer. For a long part of my life, I played soccer for actually 10 years, and I balanced soccer and basketball, and then volleyball came into play, so I dropped soccer. Then I tried to balance volleyball and basketball. Didn't work, so I dropped basketball.
So then, do you play club volleyball along with playing for Neuqua?
Yes, I do. So in 7th grade, I decided to play at Club Fusion, and that was in Batavia. They're located off of Batavia. And the club was okay. It didn't really like fit what I was looking for. So from in 8th grade, 9th grade, and 10th grade, I played at Sports Performance. I'm sure you've heard of that club. It's based off in Aurora. And then last year, I played my first season at First Alliance. And this year, I do plan on going back to First Alliance to finish out my club experience.
And then, so how has the high school competition prepared you to play at the next level?
Because you have several girls that play at Sports Performance or Club 1 or Team 1 or any other clubs in the area. So their competition and their level of play really push you to do your best during high school season, because some of them are even like your friends from teams you've been on with them in club. So I feel like they really just push you to do your best on and off the court.
So then, is there any of the teammates you're going to miss, either from club or from Neuqua?
Probably all of them, because they really like shaped me into who I am today. And even the coaches, always pushing you, always making sure that you do the best that you can, and your teammates are there as like your support. They will support you no matter what you go through or what happens. So I feel like not having that support from the people that you've grown up with, it's really going to be a giant change from high school to college.
So is there any like is there any like things that you're looking forward to going into Akron?
Absolutely. When I went on my official visit, I did meet all the girls. They're all so tall. I'm like on the shorter side of things, because for like volleyball, the girls are usually like above 6 feet, and I'm not 6 feet tall. But I'm looking forward to meeting the girls, getting like closer with them, and just living out the college life and figuring out like how to figure out my life from college and onward.
And then last question for you. So what is one of your legacies you want to leave here at Neuqua?
I probably want to leave my hard work and all my dedication that I brought to the Neuqua volleyball program, or like Neuqua in general. Like I want the younger freshmen or the underclassmen to like take my hard work and dedication and apply it to themselves in order for them to strive to be the best that they can be, because they're only freshmen, sophomores, or even juniors. Like, they still have next year and years after that to really build on their like purpose or their like idea of Neuqua. So I feel like if they just are hardworking and they're dedicated to what they do, it'll help shape them into who they want to be.
Well, thank you for joining me on this. And thank you
Absolutely.
for watching this week's edition of Valley Voice.